she was there for like the last hour. I was like, oh, no.
Say hello, Internet.
Hello,
Internet.
Nana's still over there.
You didn't say hello.
Wait, hold on. Like, have someone go put her under the mic.
I think the mic can hear her okay.
Yeah,
Say the thing, Rabbit.
What?
Perfect.
On brand.
That's what we aim for.
What was that?
What was
That
that?
we aim for it. We just get to it regardless.
What was that, Sailor Mercury? Timmy's in the well?
Actually.
I know. She's just making the noises.
Okay.
It's just Milton. It's just Milton from Office Space. She's going to burn down the whole building.
Even funnier because like only I understand what she's saying.
Yes.
So I have to translate.
True story.
That happened.
Oh, are you going to take a photo of your things so they can all see it? What? Your new project that you just finished?
Well, if they want to trip upstairs, they can look at our
Oh,
project.
I did take a picture of it.
You didn't post it in there.
Oh no, I sent it to Amanda. She knows she's never gonna fucking see it.
We
He's
bought
made it.
frames like adults.
Yeah.
Oh.
We just have them.
Uh-huh. I believe it's your birthday. It's okay. As long as you need.
This is
So
me
I
every day of
bought
my life.
all these postcards.
Oh, hey. She speaks the language.
We also, oh nice. We also just framed a bunch of our stuff, and we finally actually
Put them in the frames.
Nice.
I want to do a panel
Put them in the
at
frames.
Fanime or something.
Ooh, la.
And be like, yo,
Look at that.
And then I hung them.
it's okay to put stuff in frames that cost less than the frames. It makes it
Nice.
worth more overall.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
This is what you tell
All
yourself.
done.
Hey,
So I hung them over my bed.
love it.
There we go. So yeah. But
Yeah.
it was a pain.
This is multiple like degrees of adulthood. Like
Yeah.
you got frames and then you hung the frame.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is the other piece.
I
Because
think
it's like,
this
hey,
is-
it's in frames, not we'll leave
See,
that
we're
in the
kind of
corner.
at that point right now, but also new walls, new paint, and it's like, do I want to drill things in there?
Oh, yep,
So
that's a
nice.
decision.
Yeah.
That is a decision.
Yeah, we hung up most of ours with like command strips, but there were a couple that like the frames were too thin for it to work on, so we had to put nails.
Yeah.
But there were already holes in the wall when we moved in, so I feel like we're not.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Listen to how Christian Slater watches you pee if you're male.
I just imagine he's like,
Specifically, it's because if you're female, he's like his mugshot
oh.
watches you pee.
So it's
That-
just
I'm
creeping
okay
at
with
you from
that.
behind
Like,
there.
oddly enough, I'd be like,
That's fun.
you know,
Yep.
Which way are his eyes going? In the
In one
Oh,
of them,
God.
they're straightforward, and the other one, they're
So this is a screenshot.
Okay, as long as he's not like.
And I looked at the time and I was like, what the fuck? Oh. So this is a screenshot that I'm looking at. And so I looked at the time and I was like, holy shit, are you fucking kidding?
It's 10 o'clock. It's also still light outside.
It's 10:59 according to my phone.
According
Oh,
to
I
the
also-
phone from.
I also bought this picture.
I bet you did.
Would you like to explain the discussion you had with your niece?
Oh, yeah.
And over
It's
these
supposed to be Crowley and
photos?
I'm not sure he knew about butt stuff.
It's a Xerophil and Crowley.
Like that's why it's
And
also
he was like-
over.
She was having a moment, like
She
as
was-
you do when you're still kind of 14 and like not sure about stuff.
Yeah.
And Lisa had to basically be like, there's nothing wrong with two dudes embracing. They're not making out. They're not
literally-
having sex.
They're looking at each other with ice cream between their faces.
And
the other
Deanna
one
was
is
just
them
like-
sitting on a park bench with their wing over each other.
And Gina's just like, Bingo.
Don't put that up where my friends can see it.
Right? And she's all like, well, A, it's my house, and B, what's wrong with it? And
Yeah.
she's just
Yeah.
like,
There's nothing wrong with two boys cuddling.
They're fine.
Your
They got-
godmother likes the idea of boys gently touching each other in gentle ways,
Yes.
in loving.
They got that. They got that nice Holy Spirit between them.
Right.
A Xerophil likes a
And you're like,
strawberry
oh, it's so
lolly.
rough.
So yeah. She definitely had a, oh, I mean, just don't hang them up where my friends can see it. Like, they're not doing anything. I've got stuff up there where they're
It's
doing
like
stuff. I'm
Honey,
gonna
I'm
put that up.
too.
I was about to say, that's right. I was
Y'all are
like,
in high school. It's a thing.
right?
there
See,
you go.
it said to put it in for another 30 minutes, but I can really smell it, and that's a sign that it's done. Well, go check it. I may have to smell my own hands.
Well,
No, I
I smell like
so,
peaches.
No, I
so
can
take your hands
smell-
away from your face.
That moment of
I
realization.
smell it. Stop it.
Is it
Wait.
me?
You hate me smelling my own hands.
Oh God, it's me. I'm in that. I smell like.
So I just spent all my XP. All
I
in
won.
one. It's all
I still
gone.
have 5 left.
Rethel is hulking out.
I'm usually the one that spins it first, but I have no
Almost.
idea.
What was that?
I was tempted.
You tempted?
I was very tempted.
Nobody explodes.
Almost there. I need you to juice me a little more, John, and then I'll start exploding. All right?
That's awkward.
Here.
That's what he said?
Well,
we
Sunday
just,
night.
we just can't talk about it in front of your niece because it'll make
I
her
was like,
blush.
I want a picture of that.
Yeah, it's Sunday night. Come
One
on.
day. Well, someone's got to make that fan art.
That's our usual talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and, well, specifically Jared, but mostly for my own benefit.
Ah.
Fell down a Billy and Steve / art hole the other day. From drinking.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Harry,
Wait, Steve. Yeah. Oh, and then
Steve.
Billy's the bad boy. Who's
Yeah.
the brother.
yeah.
Oh,
I think, I forget what it's
oh,
like. Harry
that's-
Grove. That's what they call it in
Oh,
Harrington.
no.
It's Billy Hargrove and Steve Harrington. So
No
it's-
spoilers though. We haven't watched it.
I'm not telling you anything. I'm
Okay.
talking about the slash fiction. That's
I'm
not
okay with that.
Oh, you know that slash fiction
spoilers
is
in the
there.
slash fiction. They do it.
Thanks for the clarification.
Oh, no.
God damn it, Megan.
It's a damn shame there's no E in either of their names because it would
Right.
be hard, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Then it probably is.
What leads you to believe that it's not? Just because it said it shouldn't be by now?
Well, I mean, yeah.
How much more?
That's a lot.
Is there anything in there that will kill us if we eat it undercooked?
No.
Then let's do it.
Let's not rest for 30 minutes now.
Well, shit, then that's more reason.
It'll probably still cook
yeah, it'll
somewhere.
cook while it's resting.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem.
Yeah, and I'm sure.
Well, yeah, so you should take it out now if it already looks cooked.
And also,
I
you'd
think
imagine
it'll be
the recipe
fine,
knows
Lisa.
that as well.
I've already taken it out. I'm putting it on the rack. You don't have to convince me anymore. I've done
But that's what she said. The entire phrase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The entire conversation.
Oh, we got there. It's so great.
Mm.
Yeah, for real, John. I need like.
You need to get shot again?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, to make it a temporary situation. Yeah, I need either.
I'd screw fire at something.
I need either 12 or. Hold on, brain. Yeah, I need like 8 XP. Because instead of getting to exploding, I just beefed up some other traits. So yeah, we'll see. It'll be fun. We're in the middle of combat.
Oh, yeah.
I had one
We had-
raise. I had one raise banked. Oh yeah, we were at the end of a round,
Yeah, we
and we
were
were
like,
about to start new
yes, we were
approaches.
in a lull in the combat, but I still have.
Yeah.
I have a
And then
plus
we found out
3
shit was
from
fake.
Yep.
from Madalena, and I have 1 saved. Whatever it's called.
Big raise.
Yes,
Yes.
bank race.
I
Um,
think I might have had. I have 2. I look, I wrote that down. I have 2.
So,
so as a recap,
Like she missed the whole thing.
oh, you
It was
didn't hear-
4.
What was it? Was it 3 or
you get
4?
4.
It was 4.
It was a 4. In case you want to juice up in between sessions.
while you drive.
Yeah, you know.
Yes, so quick recap. Last session, we continued up the mountain pass.
Just the background.
Wow. That's,
There's defense.
somebody's gargling.
She keeps calling us in the bathroom.
in the car.
In the car.
I don't know what she does in her car.
When I was little, I had to pee every 20 minutes, even though they made me pee before we left the house. So in the van, my mom put a little camping porta potty in the back of the van, and whenever I had to pee, I would just crawl over the back seat and use my little toilet and like wave at people behind us.
Those people were just like,
What was that, Amanda?
Oh God, I found these, like, you know how your Facebook is like, oh, look at things on Wish.
Yeah.
And it was wrong.
Was it though?
Yeah.
Oh, is it the weird like urinal cups?
Yeah.
wow.
And they were like, look at this little boy's dick in a cup.
Wait,
I'll
what?
send it to the group.
No.
No. Good.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm not sharing
You
it.
just there on the internet, so all of us are on the list already.
Having had to do that when I was in my youth, I've already seen that. Thank you.
All right. Cool. Now I've seen
Oh.
it.
Oh yeah, no, that's
Just in case you didn't know how cups work.
Oh. Oh.
Well, whatever with his bougie
Yeah, I was gonna
ass
say, I think we talked
custom.
about this, and you were like, "This is the worst thing ever."
Like, it's a good idea, but this is the worst picture for advertisement ever.
No, because dumbass people who can't
Why do you
figure out how
have
to do
faces
that
on
on the
it,
fly.
though?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know that's like
Keep scrolling through Facebook and you're like, I want to list now.
I know.
Yep.
It's like, here, look at these things on Wish that you might be interested in. I'm like, I don't know what that is. Why would I be interested in it? What's this interesting?
Amanda was saying this is for people who collect their children's feet for dark rituals.
yeah, probably.
Yeah, I believe it.
It's also because some dumbass parents was like, hey, you can't aim through this. Right?
No, you're not. The ones that show up for me are always funny because it's like they're close. They're trying. But it's always a bunch of weird shit that doesn't make any sense together. But I'm like, oh, that makes sense. And that makes
Well,
That's
half
your
the time there
relative
are
trying to give
things
you a
that, like,
Christmas present. It's like,
Kinda.
not quite.
kind of.
Not quite.
there are things that like I can't tell if this is supposed to be a sex toy or not.
Oh no, I've got those. Yeah, it's like hardware for home improvement, or is this supposed to be for?
Well, there was
Bedroom
one.
improvement.
There was one that I saw today where it was like this weird thing that was like clear and curved and like it looked like some sort of butt instrument.
Yeah.
But then the other picture that went with it was what it was like stuck to the side of like a terrarium. But I was like, but what's it for?
Actually, I think it is for butt stuff because you can right on. You can.
But it was facing
On the
down on the inside of the terrarium.
Well, I don't know where you're gonna put your.
I think it was supposed to be some
Your-
sort of
your
hook that you
surface.
like hang something or like attach something to. Or,
Okay,
like,
no, let's go.
This is seriously
I
the
mean,
content that they
for,
want.
Yeah, no, it
decorative-
is.
decorative
Like, why else
home
do you look
decor.
this channel?
And then when it's time to rumble, you can pop it off and plug
But
it onto
that's why they
something
make
else.
the suction cup dildos. Like, just make it what it is.
Isn't that what that is?
Yes. Yeah,
So,
so you can stick it to things and then.
Yeah, and right up on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Was that an option?
So for all
I'm
of
old enough to be at this table.
Rabbit for the podcast. You made a motion like a dog scooting across the carpet.
I mean, that's not wrong, but that.
you, that is not wrong.
I got you.
So for all of you terrarium butt stuff crowd, like, comment, and subscribe. Please.
Heck yeah.
We're hitting all of your records right now.
Ring that bell.
Yeah.
We're on content primo.
Content creators. Oh, we're not influencers by now.
Wake up and
If that were to ever happen, yes, I would be like, how the fuck did this happen?
for real.
I keep telling Facebook like
That was
no, I will
that
not
was
pay to boost this message. We're gonna grassroots this motherfucker.
That's right.
So 20 years from
6 years later. Yes.
I just gave myself a gift out and something.
Oh, there it is.
See, you're old enough to sit at this
Somebody's
conversation. You're
exploding.
exploding
I
already.
used all of my experience points. I have nothing.
Somebody's exploding. Perfect.
I'm gonna be exploding when I get the next bullet in me.
Yeah, that's right.
It's gonna be great.
It's coming.
That's what she said.
All right.
I don't remember where I am in this combat. I think that's what I'm working
I
with.
think you're
You're-
still sitting up there by the horses.
You're basically like you looked at fate around this fucking fake creature, so now you're in the middle of the field in your own Emerson, Lake and Palmer show inside your head.
Right, okay. I think I'm nearest to Jimena. No. Yes?
I do not remember. I
I
know I
think
ran
so.
forward.
I'm on a cliffside, stomping the shit out of
Yes,
somebody.
because you turn into a
Pegasus.
Giant fucking yeah.
Yeah,
half horse, half
I pointed
bird.
that thing until you went there.
Amanda's waiting.
I threw
Yes.
fire.
Well,
I
you
threw a
also
fireball.
shot a man.
Shot a man
you
through
shot
Simon's
him
face. Said hi to Fergus.
Yeah,
Kept going.
just to watch him die.
We're like, get on my level.
You crush the arm of the hidden sharpshooter.
And
Yeah.
I'm one round behind you because you cheated.
Yeah.
Didn't you?
Yeah.
Didn't you?
Turning into different animals. Turning into two different animals at the same time.
Well, I tried to
Yes.
turn into a new one,
Hella cheating.
and he was like, no.
You can't.
So
You just added wings to your
Two different
I
animals.
imagine some sort of weird, like, Cronenberg horror.
Oh, it doesn't look like a pretty Pegasus.
It's a bad Pegasus.
It's halfway between a horse and a bird.
Yeah, that's weird. It's more like a bird with bows, right?
Yeah,
like a fucked up buck beak.
like the back is not quite straight. Like it's leaning down a little bit. Like
Nice.
the haunches and then
Nice.
the feathers like go up the back a bit.
Some good old nightmare fuel.
Yeah. No, it is a creature. You see that the snout of the horse like looks almost like a beak.
I legitimately freaked the fuck out. That's what this is doing. The
Oh,
last
yeah.
thing I did was freak the
Because
fuck
you
out.
looked through the bad stuff.
Yeah. And then at last we spoke. The little thing under the hood, you
Turned into
moved
an
the
8-foot
hood
thing.
and then unfolded
Yeah, that super
into
short one with white blonde hair. They're actually not short. Is the last thing I
Yep.
Oh yeah, and I refer to it as a giant because I'm gonna fucking go to Valhalla this game
yep.
and
fucking ice troll.
I'm like, oh yeah, this is what my body is ready.
That's right. The bards will write a metal album.
I'm hell yeah, and Christopher Lee will sing it.
I was about to say.
That's right.
I was about to say Chris's there, like somewhere has
Yeah.
just like gotten that music epic.
Well, it's
poetry
the
in their head.
centaur verse, right?
Yes.
Everything is connected somehow. So yes, so that's where we're at. The tall creature is poised to scamper down the little incline and come have fun with everybody. Rethold is singing louder at the sight of the big creature.
He may or may not be sexually aroused at this point. Like, this is a great day for him right now. It would only be better if it was on a ship. That's right. If it was on a ship, it'd be choice. But you work with what you give.
Yeah, if it was on a ship, you can make pants.
Yeah, if it was on a ship, I'd be in my kilt, and it would be the best. But anyway, so new approaches?
New approaches. Next round.
No idea. I'm still holding a ball of fire.
Oh, you tossed it at a guy.
Well, I tossed a piece of it
Oh, that's right.
at a guy. I still have the rest of it poised and ready to be thrown at somebody else. Or to dip my sword in. That's what I'm
Yeah, so I'm absolutely going to throw my axes at the creature. Perfect. And just have that be my opening volley and challenge it to combat. Because I'm like, we don't need it to talk. we need to stop. So, yep, that's I'm gonna do brawn plus aim on those.
Yep.
All right. That is your approach.
No, I'm really only next to one person I could touch, right? Or is that near me?
No, I'm
Reco is
stomping up
passing
the hill.
by on a horse.
I just ran by the dude who had the like scimitar because I was like, I ain't got time for that. I got glory to seize.
Like that one is close to him and
I don't think I would picture it.
Oh, you might not be.
No, I think after I smashed him and I found him. I
yeah,
came
no,
back to me.
you human.
Yeah, I'm a human now.
So,
Now that I'm a woman.
A little bit.
You gonna run inside?
so I said, quick aside.
Huh.
Yep.
The signs in Ohio, like the digital road signs, they like to have salt with them.
Oh
With
boy.
the italics on the front. And so today's sign says, "Don't drive Star Spangled Hammered."
No.
Wow.
Oh no.
Wow.
This is why nobody likes
Crashes
Ohio.
this year to date, 94.
Nice.
Wow.
So
Ohio, we just approve.
the signs in Ohio that say like don't drink and drive. Today's sign says don't drive Star Spangled Hammered.
So bad.
These signs will tell you how long it is until you get to a certain landmark or exit. It's those signs. They're
Yeah.
a great program. But ours always say something weird.
Nice.
I really want to come visit.
Me too, but not for that reason.
I do.
I've been to Ohio.
I mean,
You've been to Ohio. Where is they go? He got married by a lake. It was very different from where Robin is. I wanted to actually go, like, check out Cincinnati, yeah. See the city.
There's a
Yeah.
surprising amount of vegan stuff in Cincinnati.
But
I've been to Cleveland. Cleveland fucking sucks.
I want to go see Drew Carey's house. The only thing cool, like, nothing.
I enjoyed Milwaukee. So.
Nothing rocks in Cleveland. Not even the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame rocks.
Really?
The thing itself is cool.
Yeah.
Everything around it shuts down like really, really early. So like we tried to go get dinner and everything was closed. We had to go eat dinner in like the bar in the hotel, who apparently didn't know how to serve like a family of people because it took us forever to get our food and they seemed really uncomfortable at serving. I was like the youngest among us was me and I was 17 at the time. So it was like my sister was the only person that was technically underage, but it was like a bar restaurant.
Yeah.
So like the waitress seemed really uncomfortable with the entire situation, and we
I'm
were
still over there.
It's a,
Go right at me.
so I don't understand why.
That's weird.
No,
Oh wait, I can't look at it yet.
Cleveland was terrible. Cleveland sucked.
Sorry, listeners of Cleveland. We got some shit to
So
work out.
okay,
Maybe don't suck as much.
I wanted
It's
This
only
is something
it's
that
two.
you're probably not.
It's
something
two
I
one
can't
way or
get.
the other.
So what do you want
We
to do?
yelled fuck and went this. Well, your turn. Like the thing where you
Nice.
continue the story
Oh.
one word at a time.
Touched the untouchable.
I'll go home now. Bye.
I want to be able to affect the thing that can't be affected by faith by figuring out where things are not affected and then doing the thing right there.
Try it. I have a lot of reasons.
Okay. Tony's being creepy and giggling about shit.
I mean, you're either gonna die gloriously or destroy Faye, so I mean, it's not good.
Yes.
What about home? You're gonna go meet the goat you're gonna eat for the rest of your life.
Hell yeah.
Get a meat.
I'm gonna like, what's up, goat? Guess who else is goat? So. All day.
So okay, let me try to make this more something that can be a role, maybe. I actually don't know what the fuck this thing can do.
That's a result.
I basically And there's no way I can really tell what's going to happen because I can't see any sort of future based on what she's doing. I can only tell it by what everyone else around is
Online.
doing and where they're going, or where their
Whatever
faces are
qualification
going.
they use.
So basically, what I'm trying to say is like I'm gonna decide when it happens to
No,
what to do
it says organic.
because I don't know what to
Then
do right
that's the
now.
shit, because, a lot of
But I don't know
times
what
the
that
farms
means.
will
They're like, how do I,
figure out
what does that mean?
and then, like, a board and, like,
It's so
oh, shit.
weird.
But if you just get started and you just start organic, then it's like, oh, that's easy. Because
So what does warfare do?
It's military training.
that's
Almost like
strategic
it's
knowledge.
like me.
Yes.
Because I was a soldier.
That's why
so
I haven't taken a dot in it. 'Cause I don't do warfare.
Soldiery, strategy, troop
Okay.
movement,
That's probably not.
Ain't got time for that.
using siege engines.
Yeah, I
Two
don't
dudes in
have
a boat.
I have weaponry. I don't have
Yeah, I don't know what to do, but fine. I guess I'm gonna have to go with resolve and empathy again because I don't know what else.
That's your core thing.
That's so weird. I don't even know what I'm doing. You know?
Yes.
Hey, Rabbit.
Yeah.
What's your approach?
I'm gonna shoot at that guy who named himself, or I mean, he didn't name himself, but
Yeah.
figure out his name.
No, Retho named him because Retho found his true name.
Lachlan Camden. Oh yeah, because he calls you out as a knight.
Yeah.
Yeah, wreck his shit. Try not to kill him though. I think we should try and ask questions.
So should I have a character sheet up, or do you have it, John?
I'm calling it now.
Okay.
Perfect timing.
So Amanda will go last. Everybody else go first.
Well, that's why I asked.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
So she's gonna shoot at the person. Cool.
Speaking of,
So I tried to set the guy that shot you on fire.
Okay.
Sure.
But
carry all those stuff in, and
Oh, she's
no, it's just gonna go ahead.
she's giving updates.
So just text me when you're in, and then I'll call you on the.
So, because I threw fire at the guy that shot you.
Yep.
After
The sniper.
the sniper, but he managed to get it caught his coat on fire, but he threw it away to himself.
And it blew up.
It
Yeah.
blew part of his gun though.
Yeah, look, part of his guns, not all of his guns.
Was he American?
Yeah.
So is there anybody that's out of like it? All four people are still all three people and Fig
One of them is real close to you.
Is the ones that Russell just passed by.
Oh yeah, the dude who took a swipe at me that I was like,
The lady with the two swords.
oh, lady, cool.
Real close to you.
two swords. I see.
Mhm.
Jimena's gonna go for that lady.
Obviously, she's a size queen.
Yeah, well, my sword. I could set it on fire. So.
You actually see her like eye the blade of your belt.
It's like, oh, this? Looking at this, well, guess what? Now it's on fire.
Perfect.
How about that? So she's gonna set her blade on fire and go for the lady with the swords.
The visual where most people would hold the sheath, the scabbard, you just hold in front of it so it pulls on the blade.
We'll go a little out of turn because as you're doing this move, she basically crosses the sword and inclines her head in a gesture, is basically an official request for a duel.
Make that happen.
Oh,
Which means now
rules.
you can look at the dueling rules and you have all sort of maneuvers. You can
Do you have a 6 salute that you do before duel?
Well, and if we're actually dueling, then that means that I have one hand behind my back because that's my
Correct.
duel.
that's your stance. And go to the dueling chapter.
That's
So you can
Rude. Rude.
That's good.
Are we gonna have to separate you two?
Oh no.
Would
It's
you like to
after
share with
the
the rest of the
sorcery.
class?
I'm doing it right now.
Okay.
At the beginning of the dueling section, there's all the maneuvers you can do. So now those become your approach. You can describe them however you please, but they're basically your dueling maneuvers. Because you're an Aldana swordsman,
Yes.
you also have access to your Aldana feint, which the description is in the style.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's sort of your special move.
You pretend to pass out as part of your dueling style? That's cool. Yeah, no, that's as much laughter as I deserve. Thank you.
I was listening, sorry.
I wasn't listening, I was reading. So.
No, no one should have
I
listened.
heard
was
it
okay.
and did not think it was funny, so I
No,
refrained.
yeah, no, that's,
I think that's up to the right. Yes. Yes. Okay. That's why we were doing it. I'm gonna wreck him.
All right. Are you going for the gentleman who rolled down the hill?
Jump after him with my knife and finish the job.
All right.
Like the crazy fucking. See?
So
I said it to everyone, so you can all see it. Tell your friends.
somebody returned a book that they had very clearly dropped in fucking curry.
Yeah.
Because it was all fucking water damaged and yellow and smelled very strong. And don't return it.
Yeah.
Just fucking tell us you lost it. Like, just don't give it back.
Say it was destroyed.
We don't want it.
Yeah.
That's just good.
I was like, now we gotta sit with it.
Oh.
Except for we're not going to. That's the thing, is we don't charge for damaged items. You only get charged if you never return something, and even there are ways to get around that.
Yeah.
But like, if you just return a book and it's all fucked up, we don't charge you for it.
Yeah.
Like, but why would we want to?
Curry
Fucking,
Yeah.
So
somebody
apparently,
dipped it in curry. No.
Mountain View basically sent me a bill I didn't go to for like over a month. And so they sent me a thing, like, and when I was 6 days overdue, and said, okay, well, you're responsible for the full price of all these jobs. And it was like $150.
Wow.
I returned them, so I didn't pay that. But that was like seriously like, whoa, okay, you guys play hardball over here.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me. It's not.
Okay. Only thing that's surprising is what's happening.
Okay.
Okay.
How many raises do you guys have?
Oh, I should
Well, you didn't tell me what to roll.
Yeah,
Well, your usual.
Mine's
mine's finesse.
Ron and roll.
You're
Let's see what.
bare-handed.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
four,
oh, I have
five.
two left over.
I went to.
Are you finesse plus weapon, Humana?
Yeah.
Two exploding, three exploding.
Yeah, there it is.
I got 3, but then I also have 2 left over from last time. So I don't know how that
Let's go with 5.
is. So I got 5. I got 5 for me.
I also have 5.
I have a lot. 7, 10. Oh, wait, I can do 15s.
Yeah.
Yes. So I also had a 4. All right, so that's 9.
I need to go to Iceland so I can learn badass dueling styles.
You just have to go to the swordsman guild.
Yep.
That's how I'm gonna learn mine whenever
So
they stop exploding. Oh, wait.
exploding means I get to roll them again.
Yes.
Okay.
The 10 counts, and
So
obviously.
that's
Or
3.
rather, you get to keep that and then roll additional dice.
Yeah.
Because that counts as a raise, right?
Yeah. So 3. 12, 13, 12, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9.
10, because I had one saved.
Fuck you.
I will explode this man.
I didn't have to explode.
How many you got? Reference?
9.
9. Oh my god.
Because she beat me with her exploding bullshit.
Well, when you explode, then you can explode harder.
Yeah, when you explode.
We'll see.
Now you want to just prove that you can do it without exploding.
I mean, that's all, that's all I have to hang on to.
Yeah.
That's all I've got.
Well, I had 15s because my brawl was 4 dots, and I had the exploding because my brawn is 5. Because that's what I use the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought putting the guys in the ball. Get my head.
I'm a brawny bitch. Well, I have 4 in resolve, so I'm almost there.
Well, I mean, resolve is what I use.
Yeah, that's my other one.
Because we've been doing that.
I have 2 in right, but I'm usually my own steed, so.
Okay. We'll resolve means when she comes back on. Virginia, you're first.
Woohoo! I mean, who's gonna beat the town? Not even a fairy.
So I jump down that cliff, I find that fucker, and I'm gonna let him know what I think about him shooting my friends with my knife in hand.
Okay.
And do I still have strength of 10 going?
You have strength of 10.
I'm gonna literally just explode it.
Are you, how many of those raises are you dropping on that attack?
We don't tempt for that. We'll go with 5.
5? Okay.
That'll get me safely down the cliff and him dead. I assume. Why won't you turn on?
Okay. These approach too. All right. So with your 5, you roll up to this man, intent of gutting him.
Provisions and unpacking-ish so I can get to bed and I don't want to miss the work.
Okay. I'm gonna call you on Hangouts though.
Wait, what?
I'm gonna call you on Hangouts.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Don't do that yet because I have to be sitting on my computer.
Okay, do your stuff. I'm killing a man on the cliffside.
I got your message, Amanda. So I recorded that. We'll resolve that in order.
Okay.
So you go with murderous intent on this man who's not having a good time. As you approach, he sort of hangs back a little bit and drops something in the snow in front of you.
And it's a turd because
Well,
he's terrified.
some of it detonates, and some of the snow actually goes up, which takes some of the bite out of your attack, but not all of it.
Okay.
So you do find flesh as he tries to roll out of the way, but it did take some of the bite of your attack. How much brawn do you have?
Strength of 10?
Yeah. Brawn is 5 dots.
Okay.
All the brawn. I am the braunchiest of paper towels.
You get a good gash.
Okay.
That fucker's still alive. And you have 5 other raises that you'll be able to spend on that action after everybody has gone through theirs.
What's my +3 from my random? Is it one of those raises or? Oh, well,
You have
I
to
had 13.
use, you have to use them on one action.
Those three have to get used together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I said those
Okay.
three.
So, Berthold, you're up.
Question 12 again.
Alright.
Yeah, they do. This is why you shed so much. Stop pulling your hair.
So I think I'm gonna spend 6 of these.
Okay.
Feel how healthy it is, though.
3 per axe, and just
Dark and stuff.
twice fling to get them out of my hands. Because the next turn I'm jumping on her.
Right. You know, wrestle.
Yeah.
I didn't have
Okay.
time to put an argon mask because my mom called me all the time.
So 3 per axe.
So it's gonna be 3.
Get rid of those pockets. It's just-
Okay.
it's just really affect your hair color, right? Yeah, and
Yeah.
Let's see. So as a reaction, one of your axes, she sort of ducks under, but then that puts her in the way of the other one,
Yes.
which finds purchase,
So,
and you see something that may or may not be blood. You're not quite sure. Something oozed out of
I
there.
don't know what color trolls bleed.
Probably just see after
But-
the rainbow comes out.
Any of the
She,
beverages?
Well, some of them found the stuff from last time, so that's
Okay.
fine. But yes,
Any of that stuff.
would anyone like to help finish off that porter I brought a week ago?
I will assist.
Your usual culprits who want the porter have raised their hands. It's so weird. Like, I don't know what it is. We went to like all the breweries. We did like all the we did like tastings and stuff like that. And I don't know. I feel like one night I was just like, I actually can't seem to get like a taste for this. And it just by the other night I was just really bad. Like, I could not. stop.
Sorry, Lisa, it's cold.
Okay, I'll just wait on it like usual. One patient's time.
Should probably finish it off.
But yeah, you found flesh with this. This thing is not stopping, it's still bearing towards you.
That's
which is
cool.
exactly
Yeah.
the way you like it.
Hi,
You already got work tomorrow.
do you need dinner? You finally got up.
Uh-oh.
Do you need dinner? Oh, is there not enough for two?
No, it's getting a little
thick.
getting down the ridge at the end there.
They're both like, yes.
Cool, that's a good noise. I'll go. Oh wow. You might want to.
Nah, you guys might want to split that or something.
Yeah, that's
Go get dinner.
that's like
Wait, so
That's
you
like
want me to
coffee
come
at that
sauce?
Huh?
It's 9 o'clock. Do you want me to come sauce?
My bed already.
Okay.
Thank you.
you're gonna apothecary a bit to even that out for you.
Okay.
Okay.
So a couple of flesh
Um,
wounds.
yep. Jimena,
Yeah,
the lady wielding what looked like 2 cavalry sabers. Basically meets your posture, and after a quick sidestep, she raises one of her swords up and another one to slash low at your midsection. So, just for mechanics purposes, if you use 3 of your raises on there, you can launch into a parry, or you can hold off and potentially take the damage and do another maneuver, including a riposte, which basically you can do on your turn to do a block and attack sort of.
Thanks for the mud.
Yeah. So.
But she opens up her hostilities.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And want the last dribble of sludge on it? It's good.
Humana is gonna go ahead and carry that.
All right.
3.
So you basically prevent the number of moves equal to your rank in weaponry, which is
3.
okay. So your sword slides against her saber, which came really fast, and you get 1 wound out of it. So just like a little flesh mark. It rips your clothes and gives you like a nice little scratch. Doesn't even bleed. And you still have 2 raises that you can use on any other maneuver. The main, I mean, you probably saw that from the dueling. You can use your raises in any number of moves during a sequence.
Yeah.
So 1 turn. You just can't use the same maneuver twice in the same
In a
turn.
row, yeah.
Your turn will come shortly. Bethel,
Oh boy.
this creature closes the gap
That's fine.
between the 2 of you.
My axe has got off first. I mean, she's not. It didn't get as high. It doesn't get as many raises as me. So
Yeah, no, the axe is still there.
yeah,
Hasn't removed it.
maybe I'll use it again. And
You see her nice, unhinged maw up close. And it is everything that the legends promised.
still thinking.
Oh, yeah. That seems to infuriate her somehow.
That's the point.
And she rises to her full height and brings both hands down, razor sharp claws, sort of looking to rake at your flesh. So you still have 3
Oh yeah.
of your raises, which you can use to prevent some wounds on this.
Do I get the sense that it's going to be a good hit?
Yes,
Hmm.
it'll be good.
Oh, that one.
Oh, fine. One or two. One or two.
Yeah, clean my floors.
You know what?
He's
Yeah,
gonna take, like,
let's,
16
I'm feeling good. Let me mitigate by 1.
Did you ever
Just,
master the trick of being able to like
just a slight
take a
shrug
bunch at once?
to,
I mean, I could take several
much
at once.
brawn
I
do you
can't.
have?
I
Gauge it?
cannot dry
4?
swallow
Okay.
pills. I don't understand how anyone.
How much brawl? You got 4.
But
4 as
I'm
well.
sorry,
basically
3
good
brawl.
at taking
3 brawl.
like a handful at one time. But
I could do like a couple of little ones or like a big one and a little one.
So you take
But
2
like if there's like a couple of bigger ones in
extra
there, I'm like
damage.
like I can take
and
like if I
damn.
have to take like
The
day
claws
like I can take both.
seem to hiss
I
at your
used to not be
flesh.
able to do it, but then
You
I
feel
have to
cold
take some
but
medication
hot
now
all at the same
I
time.
do
Like
it.
it's burning in a
you
way
have to
that
allow
it
it. You
shouldn't.
just gotta get to the point where you're like, this is taking
Controls have strange powers. I accept that.
The ones that I hated were I had to
Although-
take
Okay, yeah, no, it's good. All right, yeah. I think
it's like a
You still got a couple.
Oh, yeah,
I don't
no.
know what it is, actually. I think it's a steroid.
Come at me.
Yeah, that's
All
right.
right.
But the pills were really
It's like walking out.
She's working on the cart.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I am.
Evine,
Can I? Yeah, smell the shoes. Smell the
Even
stinky
though-
shoes. Smell the stinky shoes. No, look at her. She's like rubbing her face in them.
All of our shoes are pretty simple.
No,
the bearded man does not seem like he knows exactly where you are, and yet you get the feeling that
yeah.
he knows
I do
you're
too.
there.
She's rubbing her head against my
He
It feels weird.
sort of looks at the
No,
creature
they're not
that's not going to wrestle with Rethold, but you see his eyes like sort of scan around as if he's trying to find you. His sword is raised, and then he basically just calls out.
Did you call her?
I did. Okay.
You there?
Yep. So the man just calls
Or
out.
she just making a round to everyone's feet?
Dame, I know why you're here. Your predecessor failed.
Ooh.
He's probably dead somewhere. If he's not, I doubt he'll ever walk again.
Wow.
But I know why you've been sent here. And I am not going back.
Whoa.
What's all that noise?
And it's only a matter of time until you understand too, and until the hand that feeds you starts to curl right around your neck. One day you'll understand.
So with that, I'm gonna kill you.
And with that, he raises his sword, and you feel a ripple in the air, and nothing else. But you know, you know something has changed. You're just not quite sure what.
Oh, what are you doing? Oh, she's going in the bag. She's turning into a bag cat.
Well, she is a box cat, so that's just a natural evolution.
All right.
Being
So,
so lovely. You're not getting any treats. Oh, yes.
Marilena,
Yeah.
you are up.
You got the tooth.
No, she's like attacking my foot.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay, these things are
Look under.
happening.
Look.
oh yeah. Oh. Yep. There was a
So I'm still seeing shit, right?
cheese.
Is there anything that's changed in the shit I'm seeing right now?
Oh, she's hungry.
No, it's fading a bit. You can still see strands, like residuals.
Nope. Maybe Lisa's feet are like
Um,
cat.
and
No,
it's
she's
not
good.
as head pounding as
Good.
it used to be, but it's starting to fade a little bit.
The cat's getting high on your feet.
I don't know what it is about my feet.
That's what I love it.
See, and then she acts all weird.
That's good.
You explain it.
So, okay.
See?
I'm still kind of confused. But mostly, I was wanting to wait to see if
She's gonna start licking your foot.
among the people that are
Did you hold on
my
your phone?
allies would need my help the most.
No.
She put her toe. It's really weird.
Wow.
Everyone, watch your toes. I don't know what your feet are doing to my cat, but it's really weird.
Oh, pie.
Yeah.
Charge.
Neat.
Are we gonna do a birthday song?
Lane pie.
No, you're
So,
not.
right now,
A birthday Megan. What's it?
Yeah. It's
You get growling.
it's Rocky 4 now.
Did you take a photo before?
I think they make it.
I took a photo of it before I put it in the oven. I didn't take
Um,
a photo of it cooked.
Yeah, right now, the creature you're trying to affect is tangled with Rethel. In fact, just tore in them.
Alright, so
hey, if I know you interceded, then I won't think it was an unfair fight. So by all means.
hey, no, I am just a conduit of fate. You've got yours.
Hell
This is all I'm doing. I'm
That's
helping them do the thing.
yeah.
All right.
brother.
I believe it is my destiny to help Russell through this fight.
Woo. Rethel does too.
Basically,
Actually, Rethel doesn't care if he wins or not.
Proud of me, my viewing process.
I feel like I would be cheating the system if I don't give myself more lashes for this. but I will give myself 3 lashes. I'll give him 4.
Okay.
Not lashes, but 4 raises.
Woo!
And I am now at 5 for 75 lashes. Oh God.
If I had a way to heal you, I would. You now have a pool of 4 extra raises that you can use on any one action, as long as they're used as a clone. You
I
can't
gotcha.
separate them.
Gotcha. All right. So
Also,
4 plus my current.
because I have specifically tied my fate to you beating her, you have to use it.
Are you okay?
Because
Every time.
otherwise the fates
Was that the cat?
unhappy.
Oh,
No, it
that's
was
right.
the crust of the tart.
I'm sorry, what was that last bit?
Otherwise the fates will be unhappy.
Okay.
You can use it to defeat her. Because you pushed your will and you took the lashes, you actually see some of the tendrils that you waved around Rethold wrap around the wrist of the Fae loosely and sort of attach her to Rethold.
Oh, I did a thing I shouldn't do. This is great.
And immediately you see her head snap towards you. Her eyes roll back into her head, and she has other pupils on the other
Oh
side.
God, why?
Awkward.
It's
Just
weird.
bright blue.
It's like this is the special one I have for naughty fate witches.
And you hear, like, she opens her mouth. She doesn't mouth the words, but directed at you at full force. You can almost feel the words hit you. And she says, "You can't bind me."
Sounds scary.
It's not me. This story needs to go to the conclusion. I am the one to bring it there.
Even if you're looking at the knight, he looks appalled, looking at the creature as if something that shouldn't happen has happened.
I mean, yay!
And it's not just fear, like it looks like genuine concern.
Oh my god, guys, we finally did it. We mixed werewolves with vampires. With
Also,
Fae.
Yep.
And,
also if
sorry,
Fae
we mixed
find-
lycanthrope with Fae with mages.
We're
we got there,
probably gonna have
guys.
a lot more Fae coming after us now, though, if we let them do this.
That's fine.
Sorry.
That's
about
fine.
that.
Well, I'm about to wrestle a Fae, so
These aren't good together.
it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, just make sure you kill
No?
her so they don't come
No.
after us.
You're up.
The crust tastes remarkably like shortbread, so I'm like,
Oh, I was thinking of the sweet and the tart with the
Yeah.
but with the crust is.
I don't
No,
know
it
if
was the
this
raspberry
still
one.
counts
That's what makes it
because I gain a hero point when I forego subtlety to claim full credit for my actions. But you kind of
Ooh.
helped me out already.
Yep.
But I'm still gonna say it. I'll leave it up to you if I get here.
Oh, if someone outs you, that feels like
Absolutely.
if you accept it,
yeah.
Yep.
I feel like that.
So she's going to say, she's going to aim, and I don't know if I can add in my sure strike since I didn't already call that. But got my 5 raises or successes or whatever,
Yeah, raises.
and she's going to say, for one, I wasn't sent here. I go whenever I need to. For 2, I'm not taking you anywhere. She's going to fire.
Perfect. Remind me, your sure strike, is that a glamour effect? Or is
Yes.
it? Okay. How many successes do you pour into that?
All 5.
All
And I
5?
have,
Okay.
3 dots in sure strike.
Okay. So you take the most perfect shot, and you see him look at it dead on as he raises a sword. It almost look like he's going to parry your shot, and you feel your glamour hit against his, you feel the magic you waved around your sure shot dissipate, and you recognize the resist sorcery glamour upon him the moment your arrow impacts.
His ATV field canceled yours.
That's right. So you feel both glamours go head on and then dissipate up in the air as he raises his sword to meet your arrow and pushes it slightly out of the way, but not quite enough, and it hits him again.
I know what like everything that is. I'm not near the Mexican.
He groans in pain as the force of your shot pushes him a couple feet back. And he looks straight down at you and says, "Now you're out in the open. This can be a proper duel. May the better knight win." And he starts to charge towards you.
Wow. Are we all fighting with bosses? Is this what's happening?
I'm just trying to kill Sniper,
Megan,
who apparently also has grenades.
wait for it.
Speaking
Oh,
of
we're gonna lick something.
that sniper,
Mhm.
Okay, Megan.
he rolls away from your hip. You heard it bite his flesh, and you feel the satisfying crunch as your punch collides with him and knocks him back. And as he flies back, you hear a very deafening boom as you get hit by a shot.
That's okay. As a soldier, it might work. I'm not going to falter from my plan.
I was murdering the
You still
shit
have
out
some
of this
raises,
guy.
right?
Yeah. Yes, I have 5 raises left.
Okay.
And 3 from Madalena.
Yay. How?
So,
So
I'll take the fucking gunshot.
I'm gonna offer
Still
you a
gonna-
deal here.
I'm still going to smash in his skull.
Uh-oh.
You can spend those 5 raises and nullify that bullet and continue your march onwards. Or you can take the wounds and I will let you continue on your path undeterred.
I'll fucking take the wounds.
The bullet goes through you.
Oh,
I mean, honestly, that's better.
And
yeah.
so you
Wow.
take a dramatic wound,
From a medical
My
standpoint.
second dramatic.
which means
Yes.
now you have a +1 raise to your subsequent rolls.
Yeah,
As you've now
I did.
you've now been wounded and it's making you see red, but your advance is undeterred.
Oh, yeah. I get a hero point.
Jimena, you're up.
The actual deal.
Alright, so I've got 2 raises left currently. So I'm going to use one of them to slash.
All right.
So that's 3 wounds. Unless they do something good.
Yeah, you actually knock her a little bit off balance, but she raises one of her sword to meet yours, so you don't feel your attack hit as much as it could have. She mitigated some of that damage. But she doesn't look, she's open at that point. And you still have an action left.
Well, I only have 1 raise left. She's already off balance, so I am going to go ahead and lunge. So that would do 4 wounds, and she cannot avoid it.
She's wide open. You basically had the little exchange. She parried your sword and brought her other sword to bear, but now left herself wide open. With a quick move, you step forward and you find flesh. You see her sort of restrain herself from making a noise as your sword, wreathed in fire,
Ooh, that's gonna be more.
pokes at her,
Like just colors.
and she immediately just sort of whirls away to sort of regain her footing. She looks off balance for a second and then sort of regains her composure and gets back into dueling stance. She looks at her side, where there's now a poke wound with like singe marks right around it.
It's all Humano's hair.
She turns her eyes towards you, and there's newfound respect there.
You best be respected.
Right?
All right. Does everybody else still have leftover raises? I think Rithel and Jenya. So what is your next action?
I'm gonna intimidate it. I sing the end of this refrain, which goes, and Cloudflip's sons look the beast in the eye, and then I'm gonna pull the axe out and say, as the monster screamed in his face, which is a nice little just a roll, and and that's I'm gonna go panache plus intimidate.
Well, you have already have your raises, so how many do you pull?
This is the new attempt. Or this is the same attempt. Then I'm gonna dump all 6 into it, because I'm hoping it burnt what it had on that first attack. And whether or not I know I'm bolstered by Marilena, I might have a hunch, but I'm focused. If I don't see someone actually interfering, then hey, that ain't.
If you're pouring
That's terrain.
all of those, including your 4 in there, you don't know. You don't necessarily make the connection to Marilena, but
Yeah, because I'm laser focused.
in this moment, it feels like you hear from generations back from your family a whisper in your ear that says,
That's metal as fuck.
it ushers you to win. Like the fates are with you and want you to win this. All right. So her head snaps back towards you.
Right here, princess.
Yeah. No, she's focused on you again. And you're not quite sure how to read that face.
Trolls is ugly. What you gonna
Yeah. She, for a second, like her jaw like almost closes. She's almost pretty again. She still looks at you with a lot of disdain, but you feel deep down you hit on something. That thing is not scared of dying, but something scares it. And somehow you awake.
I pinged it.
You pinged it.
That's what's up.
That bitch triggered.
Yeah.
All right,
That's what it's
Jenya.
Through gritted teeth, I spit,
What are you doing?
your blood will feed Matushka. And I go to just jab my knife up into his, like, up through his jaw, out through his brain.
Is this Slackland? The
No.
No, this was the sniper that was
you're
picking
still
people off.
the sniper.
Still,
Yeah, we're having an issue.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I was still missing a
We're
person.
falling down a cliff.
Okay.
There was a
Good times.
grenade. And
Good times.
yeah.
Everybody is engaged in some one-on-one except for Maryland.
Yeah.
I'm just blown in space.
Yeah.
Control.
Mhm.
I tried.
How many of your
Did it work?
successes do you
She
pour into
was
that?
she was at it for a bit.
I guess my last 5.
The last 5?
I still have 3 from Atlanta, but I'm going to save them for something dire. Do they only last until this round?
Not
They
to
only
the end of
last-
the scene.
Through this encounter,
Okay.
they will dissipate at the end of this conflict.
This was the moment.
But if I kill him, there might be more things to kill afterwards.
There's only this one Dr. Pepper left. Does anyone if I drink it?
Hit it.
Go for it.
And I'm gonna not be Jared. I'm gonna put it out of the fridge also. So
Oh,
trick
thank you.
people into thinking they're so
Super appreciate you.
Thanks.
But
Oh,
you would just trick Tony because I feel like he's the only one that drinks the Dr. Pepper.
Mechanically, I was hoping to negate raises. So I don't know if that happens or not. Or how. Yeah.
I got you.
Try that dog berry Dr. Pepper.
I'm
No,
sorry.
where did you get that dog berry Dr. Pepper? You give me some of that?
Because I don't like it.
All right, because you know I like the Dr. Pepper, you know I like that berry, but you do some dog berry Dr. Pepper, you do them home.
All right, Jania, so you pour your 5 into that.
Like I said, you think there's going to be anyone I can kill after this?
No way.
Everyone's got someone.
Well,
I can-
you're still
I
in
can
fairly
get my
good shape.
ass. Yeah.
Who says you can't join in?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to save those 3 for my Lynn, and I'm going to put my last 5 into
Okay.
casting his blood as a tribute to my god.
You
You didn't want another?
pour your knife
I'm okay for now.
into him,
Or is you not with that?
and you can feel
If it starts you.
he didn't have much resistance left in him. His arm is broken. He's, he tried his best. He shot you with a bullet.
Yeah, put points on me, put points on you.
Yeah,
You put in work.
but
I respect him most so far.
your knife jabs him right between the throat and the collarbone and pins him to the ground.
It's fine.
You see him in his last moment of life, which as a soldier,
You see a lot.
you almost give him props, because in his last moments, as you see blood gushing out and choking him, basically like in a sense drowning him,
Oh, gross.
he's
Supposed to metal.
reaching for another one of his pistols, but doesn't quite have the arm strength to fire it in. He raises it and leans it against your skin, and then you feel the barrel just slipping. And he looks at you basically just the whole time.
You
His,
fought well.
his
but you'll
blood
die fast.
pours in the snow underneath him, and you feel the ground and the snow almost just absorb it, like it's draining it.
Do I feel that as in
And you think it's really
That's-
pretty, and then you name your daughter.
totally? 100%. When I find my sister, she is a child. We will name her that. Do I get the feeling that this is my thing soaking up this blood, or is it their thing soaking up this blood?
It doesn't feel unnatural.
Okay, this is the good shit. Yes,
You
Grandpa.
made an offering,
Yeah, you called it. That's
Yeah.
yours.
That's what it's
and it is happening. It takes only a moment, and last breath you just escape from your knife still pinned into his throat.
Edit that shit out. Put it back in my boot.
For blood to seek in the Matushka's vein.
All right. Next approach.
Has it got hair?
Oh yeah. It's beautiful blonde hair.
How far is the hair? Like she tall.
Yeah.
She's thick though. But like she like
Wow.
4 C's or like 2 C's?
Not really. She's really tall, but really willowy.
Great fit.
But I can get my hand up to her face, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Her face is about like at this point, like she has to bend over to wrestle you. So-
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's not as good though. No, that's. No, I gotta put points on the board before I can go for the kill.
Marilena,
Yes.
as Repo yells and sings at this beast, you feel the bond and the strength between them tighten.
Oh yeah.
And now, like, it feels like even if you were trying to sunder it, like you couldn't, you wouldn't know how to.
I'm basically sitting here going, might be just in my mind, it'd be impossible.
Also,
I'm not sure if I feel good or scared.
you also feel a mix of things, like both approval and disapproval, almost at the same time. For whatever reason, the
you
strands
okay?
that you do see at this point
It had a
feel more solid to you.
I mean, the ones that used to be kind of like rounder.
Well, just in general, even the strands between all of you feel more tangible to you.
Are you girlfriend?
You have the whole fucking in your mouth.
Almost like you feel like you could almost give them
You mean any two on there?
Thanks for everything.
Or just
all of the strands that you see right now seem to have that more tangible.
Yeah.
You almost feel like you could reach out and just hold them.
you know what? I feel like that somebody told me that if I look into fate too long, it's gonna be stuck that way.
Yep.
And now I'm scared, but I can't stop watching until it's done.
It doesn't go away.
I'll watch your video.
Thought I'm gonna see it permanently. Why am I busy? Okay, cool.
I mean, the strands that you see, again, they have more of a physical presence.
But
than
I'm
they used
still
to.
the only one seeing it.
Yep.
Okay. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, what are all the things that I can do?
So I figured it out. I'm gonna take the axe. I'm gonna use its beard to hook her neck, and then just start working the body.
Wait, I got it. I know what I want to do.
Yeah, repeatedly.
Remember how I was saying
gotta put
I want
points
to
on
be a
it, right?
sorcery where I can do the pull? I want to pull her onto the axes. Can I do that? Or fists
I
or
mean,
whatever?
the strand looks like a rope. It almost seems like you could pull on it.
And if it's me, it's
And
probably
she
a
would fall.
thick like sail.
Yep.
Cord.
I'm just gonna pull her right into the path of Methodist strikes.
All right.
Or pull him into her, whichever, it's all the same. I mean, whatever I'm seeing, it's all the same. We're all connected.
Man.
We're all connected. This world.
Yeah. Either I'm gonna be super high and not care, or I'm gonna have super crash.
As long as you don't drink her blood, it'll be fine.
Right?
That
I mean,
makes
I
you
just
see-
I'm just sure going to pay for this later.
If you drink her blood, you'll see the origins of the universe.
I don't think anything with that person drinking.
That happened to Mags.
Just what it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's the first time for anything.
It's because of the primordial diet situation, not like the other one she.
All right. Roll me those approaches.
Oh right, I don't know.
You're
Brawn
wrestling.
brawl.
I'm still dueling.
Yeah.
Part of that. You get it.
Stabs me.
Oh what?
You. Lord.
So like, I'm not sure this is still empathy, is it?
You should roll.
Gross.
Because I was like, can I roll convinced to convince this man to do it? Jessica, Janet, Notice, Nate, no. Form.
Ew. Why though?
Yeah, mine's bad too.
Forget it. I'm getting further to the mark.
It's still resolved. Go with empathy. You're still trying to understand how this whole thing works.
Can I pick up his discarded weapon and aim to help Ruffle?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
You pick a pistol. This will be a finesse plus aim. The pistol has a ball loaded already in it. Ball that was apparently meant for you, but
I only got two.
two.
Or three. I got three.
Okay.
Do I get a bonus to this? It's not a risk.
It will still be. So you're gonna attract some attention.
Okay. I was like, I'm not trying to do that.
Yes.
Math is hard, y'all.
At least where I'm at right now.
I know it took me a minute. I couldn't make it much better, which made me sad. I got 3 ones.
Oh,
And I could reroll 2 of them, and one of them just came back as a 1 again.
That sucks.
I
you want
know.
it to be a one.
I wanted to be a 1 so badly.
Evine, what's your approach?
Stand my ground,
And
and
what's
would I
yours?
be able to
No. I'm not sure.
fire 2 arrows quickly in succession, one as like a fake,
I took them off.
like purpose witness the first one, so he moves where I want him to be.
So you're wanting to do an archery feint.
Yeah.
You're skilled enough as an archer to pull this off.
That's some bullshit. I love it.
It's just as plausible as what I'm doing right now.
This is the kind of bullshit this
You're
game
doing
is made
magic. That's
for.
fine. No, this is
But yes, you can absolutely do that.
I'm like one half.
Roll me your finesse and aim.
And I forgot because I didn't look it up. But I also have snipers, so we put that into. I just get an extra die.
Yeah.
You know,
What?
not you.
How many raises you got, Leslie?
5.
5?
Wow, you get all disappointed.
Jenny?
I had 9.
Yeah.
I was so good.
What's on your
5 was
usual
my
weapon
big
of
man.
choice?
Actually 8.
I rolled 8 and then have
I
one
have
thing.
3 in weaponry. But this is an aiming situation. It's not my. This is not my normal weapon.
Flip it over. No, that's still aim.
Just chuck it.
And no, and then you run up and use it as
It
a
was a
club.
club.
Yeah.
Well, it only has 1 shot in it. It's going to be good for me as a club next time.
Grab the rifle, then it's a 2-hander.
Mm-hmm.
You get the extra. You get the D8. So
All right, Myrlena, Evine, how many raises?
5.
7.
Whatever.
All right.
Look at me. I roll all the high numbers because
I'm
super specialized. And I'm actually using the things I'm good at. How dare I?
All right. Rethod, this
Um,
thing almost takes a step back from your previous
Water ash shit.
invective
oh, yeah.
and reels back with a long willowy arm and just backhands you right in the face.
Oh.
What the fish slapped?
Whoa.
Almost as if to call your insolence. Are you doing anything to mitigate that?
Get up in there. Yeah, it's all right. With my 5. Yeah, I'm gonna burn 2
Okay.
to help ease that off.
How much? Brawl,
Oh,
yeah.
Is there
4. Oh, sorry. Roll is 3.
3.
Well, you weren't able to get them to get rid of that one? No.
You get 3. I'm letting it
Through
happen.
after I removed the other one.
Wow, so I just like pop from the other
Yeah,
spot.
just get upstairs.
Here,
Oh, just enough.
Because the other one was
Not
here.
too much?
Yeah.
you
Or
feel,
it was there. That's so
Marlena, because you're invested in this now.
You are
I let
invested.
it
You
happen.
see this
It was
thing
so good.
backhand wrestle. You almost feel the crack from there. Something in his face, just and then
But it's in tune to the
he
song.
looks bruised
It's on the beat.
and bloodied, but the strands around him
He's never looked
just
happier though.
bright like a bonfire.
Yeah, maybe I'm bitch.
He
No,
looks,
not a beat. That's the last one she gets.
he looks like he's about to hit his final form.
Oh man, doing some Super Saiyan going on here.
Yep.
Suddenly blonde. It's real
You
spicy.
should be more battered than
Super
that.
Saiyan level 3 coming at you.
It's gonna turn blue in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see him do this, and the pop evaporates like a fist of the North
Oh
Star.
no, we're gonna be here for another 3 episodes. I'm sorry, guys.
Along the depths. I just scream for 20 minutes.
Yeah, you have to power up for like 2
Yes.
No.
It should have weakened him. It didn't.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
thought this planet was gonna blow up in 5 seconds. It's literally
3
13 episodes.
Well,
Yep.
3 years is 15 minutes, and 3 minutes is 15 episodes. Usually have the losing time on those. Ow.
All right. Jimena, you see this lady come, almost looks like it's gonna catch your leg, and the last second you see her other sword go high, and she punches you in the face with the pommel of her sword.
Bitch. Rude.
Nice.
Cheap shot.
Yes. So you take 1 wound from that, unless you decide to prevent it.
I'm sorry, Rabbit. I don't get this reference.
It's a Pokemon.
I mean, I figured that as much. That's why I apologize. That's why I apologize that I didn't get the reference.
It's
Oh, it was in reaction to the bird.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. That's real good.
The main thing with this, so she basically used a bash on you. So you take 1 wound, unless you decide to prevent that. The main thing is that this will make your next attack less effective on her.
Yeah.
It basically lowers the amount of damage you can do to your next one. Okay. Evine, you're up. So you have 7 raises. How much are you pouring into?
Five.
5. Okay. Is and then you counted your extra raise from your sniper, right?
Yes.
And then you still got your arcane strike up.
I
Is
read
it-
it again.
It's a number of uses, I think, equal to your rank in it.
Yeah. I read it again and immediately forgot what I read. So,
Yup, that's
going
this is playing role-playing games as an adult.
an adult who just drove for 6 hours.
That's right.
I think I was just playing role-playing games. I never remember shit when I was younger either.
I don't even have that excuse.
Like, wait, how does this work?
It just deals additional wounds.
Ah, okay.
It says that it lasts for the round, though.
Okay. So that means that effect is gone. So you have the 5 in there. Okay. You see your first arrow sort of make him alter the path of his run just enough for you to hit him with that second arrow right where you want him. And it does slow him down. But he's still coming at you.
Of course.
He didn't raise his sword to meet it. But that one's stuck in his thigh. And he's still looking at you intently.
Oh, good. I saved at least 2.
Okay. Rethel, you're up.
What? Oh, I spent the 2 to mitigate.
Yep.
No, I'm sticking with the action I called out. I'm going to use the 3
You're gonna use
to
the axe.
to try and to just try and combo in to try and get some damage on her. Yeah, burn all 3 on her.
Okay. All right. You see her sort of raise her hand up in an attempt to, after you pull the axe out, in an attempt to sort of put them between you and the blow. It does bite in, and this time there is a scream. Just like in your song, right in your face.
Yep.
And you can feel the coldness of her breath. As something dripping comes out of there, it is really thick.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much so. It's pitch black. And you're not quite sure it's blood, but hey, she doesn't look like she's liking the stuff outside of her. So.
That's supposed to be in the inside of my body.
Why does it do this to you? This is her wish list.
You know, the more we talk about,
Oh, yeah.
it's just the
We
gremlins.
just got into Transformers, and like earlier it was like Magneto, and then like
And dick pants.
where'd it go?
Yeah,
It's just sounding
like gimp pants.
Yeah.
Oh my.
She was
Wow.
all these cool toys, and then like, look, you can put your dick in there.
This is the reverse of what I want out of a pair of pants.
So confused.
It's not for me though.
Just a
As long as you're wearing it.
It's just
So confused at why it wants me.
well, the magic gremlin in there that keeps listening to us probably isn't getting any less mixed signals the more we talk about it.
Right. I feel like your wish is now like that friend who's like,
Just
you
trying
like
to
this,
troll
right?
you.
You like
Well,
if I
like
keep
it's a bunch
trying doing new things like
Pretty,
that,
like,
you like
ooh,
them.
look at that cool, like flowy, gothy shit.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yeah, and then dick.
Big pants.
Yeah.
Shorts with no dick.
It's just
Typically, our people are also sexual deviants, so
I feel like it's just lulling you to a sense of security.
I mean,
That's
it's still
all
pretty
it
goth though.
I guess, yeah.
yeah, just different flavor of that.
And then it shows things like, oh, you'd like these earrings. You're right, Wish. I would like these earrings. I would not buy them though.
Edine. Lachlan is now upon you with his sword and buckler. He has been slowed down by your arrows, but you sense that even though he's attacking you, his focus keeps going to the side as he's looking at this creature fighting your friends. But he does look back at you as he raises a sword and says,
That's a weird friend.
I've been there. You go where you're told. You do what you're asked to. But believe me, you'll understand the price that Goal puts on you, as we all do. Humans and she alike. It's a prison. A pretty one, but a prison nonetheless. And he strikes at you with a sword. which you have a couple raises to try to mitigate.
Yes. I'd like to be all dodgy and
Perfect. How much finesse do you have? 3? All right. So you take 3 wounds. As the sword strikes where your shoulder used to be and draws a nice gash along it. But you've managed to sort of take a long side step enough that you're now crouched in a position to make another bow attack if you so choose at the next round. So your dodge actually managed to put some distance between the two of you. Okay. Marilena.
Oh, pulling things.
Yes. So tentatively, you look at the strand. Like I said, it looks more tangible. And to your surprise, you can actually feel it as you grab it. And you try to pull it forwards. And almost to your surprise, the Fae comes with it.
Oh. Oh. Like all the way or just part way?
Well, what's happening right now is that Rethel just grabbed his axe and punched it into this thing, and now she's getting pulled into it. So she's screaming in Rethel's face as you're seeing her tumble and getting pulled further forward. Rethel, you almost feel like something is pushing her onto your axe behind you.
My ancestors.
Yep.
So great.
And the
I'm
wound
just
is
a vessel.
activated. Rethel, that thick goop is now covering you.
Rad.
It pours upon you.
Gives me that metal goth flavor that I was just didn't know I was looking for yet.
So like,
My hair comes undone, it hangs all low, and I just start windmill headbanging into my head.
Yes.
do I like super pay any sort of prices that could
Dead concerts.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
no, you know. Thunder
Yeah,
Horse
next
is rocking right
Actually,
What?
1 second.
He's trying to find new and entertaining ways to make you pay.
He's gonna get some like jam points or whatever. Right? Over.
You take 1 lash. Somehow, like I told you, the strands that you can perceive all have quality, and you almost feel like you could do that with any of them.
And I also didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
She's really hard to come down on this. Boy, oh boy.
Well, mechanically, you will never come down from this. You can remove your asterisk of your 3rd sorcery background. You know how the pole strike is now.
But we have criminal lashes, but
You don't have permalashes.
oh, okay.
You're just spending all your XP.
It's almost like you knew all how to do it. You just had to do it.
Boy, magic is great. Okay.
It's just like, you know.
Just pull it, man.
Jimena,
It was
Connected.
Wingardium Leviosa.
With Paul.
So Jimena is going to riposte
oh, nice.
using one of my razors to do that. So I avoid 3 wounds.
Yep.
Because and then I also deal 3 wounds in doing it.
Okay.
So, haha.
Yep. So you basically, as the thing hits you in the face, you sort of roll with it, you take a step back, and immediately jab your sword back at her. All right.
No, I really. And I step.
Yeah.
Yep. And it finds blood once again.
And gorgeous.
Jenya, the target is right up there, and it looks like, from your vantage point, Rethold heard it, and it like started to fall backwards, and then it's almost like something pushed it, and now it's falling forward onto Rethold's axe. Now the black gross blood is pouring all over him. It's pouring over the ground. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I got this gun in my hand, so. Oh, your cat has her face plastered to my foot. What? Your cat has her face plastered.
Oh, she will.
I know. It was just, yeah. That's what she's doing.
She's like huffing your feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Telling you, I don't know
Getting
what's up
high.
with your foot. And then she comes back and she does it to mine. Look at this. I'm like, what are you doing? I have the magical foot.
That cat's getting high.
Yeah, it's gross. I mean, wasn't there another dude up there, or did Russell knock that dude already?
No,
There's a dude fighting Evine.
Yeah.
there's the lady fighting me and the crazy thing.
Okay, what's closest?
Right now, Evine,
I'm kind of far away from everyone.
Evine and Lachlan
Okay,
are
I'm
the closest.
gonna take a shot at Lockwood since it's closest, and I'm
All right.
more likely to not hit EVs.
Yeah, from your vantage point, you would risk hitting Rethel.
Yeah.
Which, if he takes another dramatic wound,
That's it.
may not be
Okay, well, I'll use
so healthy.
my 2 successes
Okay.
to take a shot at Lockwood.
Well, fortunately, it's
Triangle
engaged.
crow!
His attention is so split that your shot
You should get up on the ground.
echoes through and
Witness
finds its
me!
mark.
Nice.
Evine, from your vantage point, Lachlan just lunged at you with a sword. You dodged aside, and then as you're getting ready for your next shot, part of his arm holding the buckler just like erupts into a shower of blood and bone splinters.
Sick.
Yay.
Teamwork.
Corey.
He sort of looks around a bit, like trying to figure out what exactly happened here. And then
I'm still posing like, that's my friend, asshole.
No fucking honor duels. Y'all sniped on us. This shit is
Yeah,
this shit
yeah,
is a brawl.
You punched me in the face.
You made me bleed
Alright.
blood.
Right?
next approach.
I still have 2 raises.
Oh, you do?
Hell yeah.
There you go.
She can put on work.
Jimena,
Put
you're
on-
up.
Yeah, put on work, sure.
Jimena is going, if it works the way she wants it to, because she just got punched, or at least almost punched in the face, so now gloves are off. Jimena is going to Fate, which hopefully will draw Swordsy Lady
Yep.
to attempt to stab her.
Uh-huh.
And then she's gonna take one of her fucking vials that she has on her belt and just smash it on this lady's head.
That lady gonna be on fire.
She might not even be on fire. It's
She might
gonna-
just melt.
It just might suck for like. She's going for the cheap shot. She's like, "Oh, okay, you're gonna punch me in the face. Well, guess what? Now I'm gonna make it so you can't see anything."
I'm gonna make it rain.
If everything works the way she wants it to.
So I'll do that by using your Aldana ruse to get her where
Okay.
she needs to be.
Yep.
And
Nice.
so exactly that. You riposted her last attack. She gets back on the offensive, and you take just an extra step, just to make it seem like you lunged and overextended a little bit and lost your balance.
Mm-hmm.
And right as you're right there, ready for her to take a counter attack, she takes one step forward, and you bring your hand with your pile right in her face, right in her forehead.
Nice.
Now it's time to see if the mess is on your side. Because consult my secret Jimena table of effects that this thing could be.
That's pretty cool as your character is table.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
So you expect the flames, they never come. But
Oh no.
it takes about a couple of seconds,
Call came from inside the
and
house.
her skin starts to smoke.
Huh?
And you hear like a very audible like
Acid. So she come out.
as her face starts to bubble.
You shouldn't have punched me.
It doesn't take long. Like she tries to regain her composure and to wipe her face with her sleeve.
Oh, no, your arm is.
It's worse. Like it's on her
Now it's
clothes,
just
but
spreading.
like it's immediately like it doesn't stop. And one of the sword comes down as she crumples down in intense pain and lets out the most ear-shattering scream. It's not a pretty sight. You can see clumps of her hair coming down. Like it's, yeah, she's not in a good place.
There's a lot of fucking
Maybe an
anime.
assassin.
There's a lot of fucking anime
Ninja
on
scroll
this
going on.
on this mountainside right now.
Yeah.
It really is, yeah.
If it makes them feel better, I didn't know I was going to do that.
It's
All
cool
right.
though, yeah, right?
Yeah, we go.
No. Like it was pretty cool though, right? Like,
And then I know you had a long drive, so this is going to be our last turn. Throw at me your approaches.
How do you know?
I'm gonna go for like a throat shot.
Yeah, yeah.
Cold
Hot shot.
Road shots are the best shots.
You got it. Your
I
snipers.
was gonna do something to distract him,
Oh,
but I
she's
feel like
found
he's pretty distracted.
Well, at this point, a
She's
lot is
found
distracting him. So, and depending on the order this resolves, this may get
We're probably
worse.
wearing too many things.
No, I have flip-flops on.
So go ahead and your
Like
sniper
flip-flops that smell funny.
I
treat
think they don't
still
smell funny
applies.
Well, there you go. Yeah. Special flip-flops.
Nope. I almost dropped it.
Oh, those are good.
All right. Any other approaches?
Jimenna's gonna go ahead and put this lady out of her sweet misery. Oh, cool. Now you show up.
Well, that still worked out for you.
Yeah.
What's the weather like?
It's very windy, no snow.
At 5.
Right?
I don't think that's 5.
Okay.
I don't think I should do it anymore.
You can hang back.
I decide to leave the rest to fate and turn off.
He hit me in the envelope.
elbow to her elbow.
It's a button.
takes only a moment, but the strength do fade, even the solid ones.
And then I just sit on
Yeah.
the earth.
The reality, your head feels like it's going like this. Like you can feel your heartbeat in your temples.
You realize that all words are made up.
Sure. Have an existential moment here.
Yep. All right. So Marilyn is going to abstain this turn. Rethel?
All the cool kids with pumped up kicks are going to grab that bitch by her nappy ass weave and pull the axe through.
Oh. All right.
Now I can do brawn, but I feel like perform. I really want to use perform on this one because it's like trying to match the song at this point, and I'm trying to behead her.
I will let you do it. At this point, you are living the poem.
I'm living my best life.
You are the epic.
All right,
That's right.
and
This poem about you
before I knew it,
at this very moment, like it was you all along. The epic came from inside the house.
Feel the fire and flames starts playing.
guys, what do you do? Okay, we can work with that. Okay, that's okay. All right, you're forgiven. All right. Who else won math?
Like I'm not close to anybody, and everyone's got pictures handled, right?
Yep.
I won the name.
Jenya,
It was like I got a bullet wound. It might take a moment to regenerate.
you have a bullet wound, and also
Just a question.
the girl there is about. It looks like she's about to fall into multiple pieces.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna go do that.
Like you immediately, the moment like you stop and pull down that pistol, like you're sort of looking at, and like she's sitting there, like.
I told her not to do that anymore.
Sorry, everybody.
And I stopped my way over there.
Good luck on your game.
Good night.
Just trumping
What
over.
did I just go stop over there and go? Yeah.
You guys are out of the turn order. Marilena, you have a very displeased looking Asuran woman tromping towards you through the snow.
Oh. But I don't really resist much.
She's picking up handfuls of snow as she walks to like pack you with.
I've already got the, yeah, I know.
I'm not even going to lecture you. You will see it in my face. You know what you did.
Oh, yeah.
And you're not going to like what I do to you next.
That's a complicated math.
No, I got it. I'm just double checking because I thought it would be more.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Raspberry sauce?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Such a delicious mistake.
And it's
it smells
okay.
good.
Jimena, you had 5, right?
Yes.
I was like, my hand's still full of peaches, so
So
it's not bad, not bad.
I don't smell like raspberries. Or worse.
nice.
You're welcome.
Nice. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
I mean, he's a bird, so.
Okay. Rethel, you're first.
And then I spend a hero point for I'm taking you with me, and that gives me an extra raise of damage. Hold on. Wait. I know it does cool things. Let me just make sure I read it. I say it
Yeah.
right.
You need to know it.
Spend a hero point to have all damage that you do this round increased by the number of dramatic wounds you have, which is currently 3.
Nice.
And I'm loading it all.
You pouring it all.
Yeah. She's got to do 4 on me to drop me before I manage to pull it out.
There is an attempt at resisting. I mean, what else are you gonna do?
How else do you make an M with your body?
How else are you gonna do that?
I like that they took the time to put like the bush in the butthole.
I think that the bush is his head.
Is it?
Like his head peeking over the.
Not in my head yet.
Yeah.
It might be
Pretty
like
sure
that.
it's from the
Might be like a
70s.
good like 70s Kama Sutra one where it's just all, and you're like, oh, why does he have a mustache?
When I
Because they all have
found
mustaches.
the 70s version of sex,
Yep. Oh, yeah, that's right.
it was like bob hair.
So much
Or-
70s. There is an attempt at stopping the motion of your axe, but Rethold, the legend is too strong. There is no stopping this story because this is how it ends. No attempt at making it end any other way will work. And your axe draws across this thing's throat with a very satisfying rake. You get splattered and a lot more goop. She lets out another blood-curdling scream, which slowly starts to fade out as she grasps both of your shoulders. And in your ear, she whispers, "You can't bind me." And she topples forward into the snow. Her body almost immediately withers away, and then as the next gust of wind is gone, almost merging with the snow. Evine, the moment this happens, Lachlan just like focuses on that. All the blood drains from his face, and he drops to one knee, just in complete shock, disbelief, and grief.
You know what you go ahead for here.
And Evine, it's your turn.
Finish or not, I don't know.
As your bow is poised for his
Or
throat,
making a Jose, maybe.
No.
Now that I've stopped singing, still staring at the gun, I say loud enough for him to hear, "She didn't come to take you anywhere. She's going to send you."
are you pouring all of those
Might
raises?
as well.
All right.
And I'm going to say his full name. I don't remember his last name. Lachlan.
Camden.
Camden with a Y.
Lachlan Camden with a Y.
Oh, that's why we couldn't understand it.
He's a Highlander. He's wearing the red beard.
You are accused of being a traitor,
Oh!
and I will send you where you need to go. What he said.
He looks at you and looks at the arrow and basically says, "Do it, Dame. I would have no other." And your arrow is released, hitting him straight in the throat. His eyes stay on you for a while and then turn towards the spot where the creature has now fallen. He reaches out a hand as if to reach out to her and then topples to the side in the snow.
And then as everything go quiet, you just hear Zhenya lecturing.
And I still haven't killed my lady.
Oh yeah, there's not silence yet because
No.
there's a lady fucking screaming at the top of her lungs.
Being slowly melted away.
Yeah.
But Jimena, your turn.
Jimena. I honestly didn't want to do that. So I'm kind of sorry, but you also punched me.
Underneath her.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's freaking out.
But you know, here you go. So she takes her sword,
But you know, here you go.
plunges it
Very twisted, very.
through her chest with a twist and a pull out, and then sheds the fire off it and just immolates her.
You have that.
Also.
Yep.
It's like,
She.
here, it'll be over soon, I promise.
It's gonna suck a little
It
bit.
does not take long. And in fact, you almost feel her leaning into your blade as it happens. leaving nothing almost but a charred corpse and her two sabers. Evine Lachlan was carrying a very conspicuous satchel with him, which immediately grabs your attention. I will, if you do decide to grab it, I will describe its content to you in text.
She grabs it.
No trace of your guides, you guys.
I was just saying, where'd my friend go?
Oh yeah, that's right. We had
I was gonna ask actually next. I was trying to find her name.
So yeah,
I feel like this battle has a lot of backstory we didn't get to know about. 'Cause
well, that's yeah. As I pick up my axe from my other axe from the ground, I hook them and I look around like, you didn't leave any alive to question.
she punched me.
Do I ever
I
leave?
motion at myself. Yeah,
I took like barely one.
exactly, which is why it's amazing because I'm like,
It's different.
Got shot through the body.
Oh yeah, no.
Knocked two people.
Yeah, she looks like she's gone through shit.
Yeah.
Evine has been stabbed.
I don't think any one of
I have like one little nick on my
Yeah,
shoulder.
yeah, a very sexy Nick.
Yeah.
I haven't even taken any of the.
Well,
but you
physical,
physical
look
damage.
like you just watched.
You look like
You look like you just had
I
to murder
might-
puppies for
Now
a
that
day.
the battle's over.
I was like, Jenny is building a fire. She's brewing tea.
Rental.
She's got
Yeah,
torches
I'm like,
going.
it wasn't like we were going to interrogate the monster, so we had to fix up the old.
well, you're not yelling at her. She killed her guy.
Well, yeah, because he did this, and so yeah, good. And then no, yeah, I don't yell at her because what?
Sword duty.
See, it was my sword movie also.
They were all going to die. I saw it.
Oops.
Where's the crows?
Looks up from her phone. I don't know.
I am like way too tired to even think about trying to figure that out right now.
I dig my hand into the snow as close as I can against the earth, and I say, "Where are my friends?"
You feel a ping just a little bit ahead.
Oh,
Meanwhile, Commander's like,
I was waiting for a bullshit answer like around you right now.
No, I just gave her a whole body full of blood.
Yeah.
She's
"Look
listening.
at us. You can come out now."
I think we are going to make camp very soon,
You
with or
hear,
without
you
him.
hear something very faint up ahead where Rethel originally got shot.
Is it a noise? Is it the noise of a beast from her homeland? That's-
No,
I was saying I abandoned my fire and draw my knife again.
it sounds like Aliona, but like she sounds further than she should be.
And I stalk myself that way.
I find the horse that I left because I'm sure it's sort of like
I'm still
meander.
sitting where I was.
You're getting ice packed and poulticed.
I don't
Double.
think I can move anyways.
Jania, you stumble upon what looks like a very deep pit trap, which you have avoided somehow.
So I hobble the horse so it can't wander away. And I look at him and I go, when you've tended to your wounds, come and help. And I start stalking up the hill.
There at the bottom of it,
Yeah.
along with 3 bodies that you're not quite sure who those belong to, but it's fresh. It's fresh blood. Aliona looks like she's okay, like she's covered in blood, and she's wielding a knife that's like basically all the way to the hilt.
Is it
covered
yours
in
or
blood.
theirs?
Arno is at the bottom.
Yeah.
His leg looks like it's in bad shape.
Okay.
You see at the bottom, one of the horses is dead.
Okay.
Oh, this will stretch me.
She her knife and throws down her pack and starts digging for a rope. We'll have you out soon.
If it takes you extra long to take out the rope, I grab it out of the pack as I walk because I just dropped all that ish when
Yeah.
you came up, and I chuck it at you.
Okay.
And then
You
I start
guys
digging for your rope.
You guys all turned tail when
I was gonna say-
Reto got shot, which means you avoided also falling into the pit trap.
Yay!
Unfortunately, they were opening the Mars, so they were not that lucky.
Well, still using my strength of 10, I just pull them up.
Yes, you do manage to pull them up. You notice that Arno actually, probably on his way down, landed on one of the spikes. Jenya, it does not look good. The spike got him not far under the knee.
In Usur, and
Yeah.
what is her name?
Eliana.
Eliona.
You
And
have
it
to
was,
cut it off.
it was, yeah, in Usur, I go, I don't think he can keep that.
I can cut her as it far enough to get since we want it off.
He insists that he will, but I know.
I'll wrap it, give it one day.
Scouting is done for him.
He used to be an adventurer.
Yep.
They took a pit trap.
They took a ballista arrow to the knee now.
And yeah, and I'm like, we
I-
don't need to pull the others out, I'm guessing.
No, they climb of their own volition. They can step above.
I pick up the other guy. I'm going to wrap it, but if it doesn't look any better tomorrow, you're not going to keep it.
He is wincing and grunting and saying words, and I'm guessing nobody speaks Samartan here. He's
I take him next to
If
my
he's-
other
If
patient.
he's protesting, or
Yeah.
if the protester is at the top of that hill, I slap him on the back way too hard. I'm like, you can sail with only one. And I crawl into the pit trap and put the ropes around the horse. And I start tugging the corpse out.
on that
And,
horse. That poor horse had no chance, but we tumble face first and then landed on a couple of spikes.
I start dressing the animal.
Aliana is just
Exactly.
looking around and says, mine got spooked and ran further ahead up the trail, so I don't know.
Tell Jimena if she feels well enough, if she might go look for that.
Levine might know.
He's just making.
Yeah. Maybe Evie can help her.
It's just like caked and
Yeah. Literally just bleeding out from everywhere. I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah, I still have the ichor
yeah.
on top
Oh,
of
yeah.
on top of
Your own body.
yeah.
Retold in his BRB Ragnarok look.
So while I'm tending to their wounds, I regenerate. So does. How much does that get rid of? My sorcery?
It does.
Regenerate. You recover from an injury at an incredible rate. Any missing or crippled limbs are completely restored. Missing hands regrow. Cataract eyes are implanted. Broken kneecaps reformed. You heal one dramatic wound. That's what I have.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
So
The
as I'm
wound just like
lecturing everybody else, my bullet hole just.
So yeah, to try and get myself back on track for healing the dramatic wounds. What would I roll to maybe harvest strips off the animal to wrap some of the wounds? So at the end of a scene, non-dramatic's clear.
Yep.
So that'll be cool.
Yep.
But of course, the dramatics stay and have to be healed through time or cool magic or whatever. So I'm like, plus I want to make an argument for sailing, but that's just because that's
no,
what I'm good
that
at.
would make sense. This is you can apply
this
the
is
same
skill
the same
triage.
sort of the stuff that you would do like on a sailing trip.
Sailing.
Yeah,
If you think of it like
because you don't have a corpsman on a
Yeah.
on a
The thing-
longboat.
the thing with skills in game is that you have to think of them almost more like professions.
Yeah.
Right? Like than just the pure skill, right? For example, you could basically, like, if you're trying to navigate a building, you can make a case to be like, well, scholarship, because I'm used to libraries and navigating, like, large, you know,
And this doesn't count as a risk.
cluster fucks of bookshelves and, you know. Even outside of the satchel, Lachlan was carrying a sword that still bore the insignia of elites.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh, actually,
There you go. Yeah, hear about your fancy sword? Or the sword he was carrying?
I heard that it had the crest.
Yes. Outside of that, looks like they were traveling light.
Not much on the satchel.
The satchel has stuff that Eugene will be trying to.
yeah, 2 raises to get that started. So okay, field testing's better than nothing, I guess.
Yeah, you feel like you got a good start. The bleeding is stopped.
It's not happening.
Probably not.
The bullets are out, so you can start with the.
I was gonna say, can I rope him in on my survival healing that I'm putting on everybody else?
Oh yeah, please do.
Yeah.
I know what's up. I think I
Alright.
got the good mom medicine.
Yeah.
So yeah, as I like drag the meat down on a sled of its own,
I don't get to choose
Skin.
who it affects though.
you see that I've
No,
done some
you're not.
basic,
Yeah.
and so you probably
But-
will mom at me.
Fate has responded to you this time, so it's only fair that things balance out. You know we'll go
Man, it just
against
makes
you
me like
sooner
so
or
hot
later.
sword fists.
So like does rest remove that wound?
Yes.
Bro, it just stares at me.
I like I'm like fancy sword word.
Thank you.
And it is certain to Rethel, it must be hard to be one of the fair people. They're so delicate. No, I said not to move anymore. Stop it.
I forget. Do I know this?
Yeah, you do. We talk to
Yep,
Cert all the time.
Are we talking concern? We don't talk investing.
Oh, I could talk invested too. I do know invested.
I think that might because. Do you just decide what languages you have? I thought
I had to pick the spot.
Okay.
Where I
Yeah,
had my
'cause I-
wishes is
Yeah,
starting
because
to
I think
wear
I
out.
have the two.
Yeah.
I had to pick.
Okay, because
It's
I
like
have
my,
Well, I have
my
both
hit
feet
point
and
block and I was
sure
turning that
invested.
king to
Okay, then I say invested.
which
Yeah,
I
I think we
raised
communicate invest now because I'm like I don't have all the book smart.
You
And with
were
that-
picking in.
Aliana sort of works at getting the rest of the horses and the crew past the pit trap and a little bit further up the curve, where she starts to set up camp in very uncharacteristically silence. Arno looks uncomfortable as fuck.
Oh yeah.
He's keeping a pistol like in his lap, but he looks like he's really pale and he's sweating a lot. You know full well, Virginia, at that point, it's the longer you wait, the more there's a chance he's not gonna make it at all. So,
I'm gonna get on his level.
Yep.
And if I have to use my resolve and convince,
I actually look at you from behind him and I hold up like the back of the axe and I'm like,
I could eat it.
yeah, invested. Wait.
I put it
I
back.
get down to his level and I give him a speech about fucking. I have to always bring it back. You know, it's always back to mother.
Mhm.
And if you believe, you'll be fine. You have a horse. You're still of use. We can do this. But if I don't help it now, you could lose all of it, including you. And your friend over there doesn't look like she wants to lose you too.
She's again uncharacteristically like
Yeah.
not looking in that direction.
Yeah.
He looks at her for a while, and back at his mangled leg, and his pistol, and then he looks at you and he's like, "Do it before I change my mind."
She pulls out something strong that she's been saving. And you might want this and a belt. Bite. Raffled.
I was really tempted to be like, the old father only has one eye. And then after that, I was like, she told me not to hit you on the head. Like, just fucking cheeky shit. Yeah, no. I come up and I put my hand on the shoulder. I'm like, and I yeah, I don't know. Maybe an extra belt or.
Well, he's got
yeah.
he's got a belt to bite, but I've only got field knives.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So, I heavy packed.
And then
And
Zhenya
I
actually
hold it out
hugs
to you.
him, but like bear hug, like holding.
You actually feel him on.
Yeah.
Humana strikes her flint to get a little bit of fire and kind of like holds it up to the axe.
Let me see what I want. Yeah, I come up on it. This is his right leg, right? Yep. All right. So I come up on his left, and I straight up kneel on his left leg, and I grab that. I grab below the knee with the left because I want that shitty.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm like, okay, and one chop.
It's pretty immediate. He's groaning through.
Drop the axe as right after it passes, and then shift to his hip, and just the stump. And I'm like,
Get it?
okay, next.
Yeah. Zhenya is singing a certain lullaby and just holding.
It smells pretty awful.
Oh yeah.
As the wound cauterizes, Arno sort of jerks into. I guess you're giving him that bear hug, and then you feel him go limp.
Yeah, I'm just holding on. I'm holding on to the stump, keeping it up, and just
He's out.
Yeah.
But his breathing is steady. He's just lots of pain.
And then because she has to do the really good mother, looks up to Madeline and goes, "This could be you if you're not more careful."
I mean, I look like I'm listening, but I am definitely
not listening.
Yeah.
staring somewhere.
All words are meant.
All right.
So the big
And with
shit
that,
is-
we will make camp. I know it's late for you, Amanda. And your scouts basically say, one more day of ride, and we'll reach our camp.
Okay.
So next session, Carrion Pearl Base Camp.
Yay. XP, XP, XP.
Get a 5.
Yay.
Ridiculous damage.
Dude, I am the brute squad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wreck 'em, Ralph.
Did you give yourself your 4 points from last session, Manda?
Yes.
And your 5 points from this session? Okay.
Amanda, you will receive a follow-up with the content of Satchel. There's a couple extra
It
things
was like, we don't get to know, let's just get it.
for tackling on this task.
Oh, that was weird.
I think at some point I need to know how to actually fight because I can't keep doing that. That is like awful.
I could say
The secret night.
Good night.
Night, Amanda. Thanks for playing.
this nice lady dropped her swords. I could teach her how to use them.
But I can't hang out.
I will.
Or we could
Yeah.
teach you how to rest.
I was like, teach you how to fight.
You got a lot of teachers here.
Because
Wow.
you don't always have the swords.
Fist fighting, sword play.
I mean,
Or we do have a bunch of new firearms, and those keep you out of range.
And Evie knows how to shoot, so No matter what type of
Training
combat you want.
Yep.
We
Yeah.
fucking got this shit.
We can totally do a montage, and I can do the music.
Nice.
So the Aldana style of fighting is like dance sword fighting, and it's
Yep.
like you basically
Dun,
fight
dun,
to the
dun, dun,
sound
dun,
of the song
dun,
in your
It's a
head.
rhythm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so I had fucking Gloria Estefan going
Yes.
Perfect. But that's basically all of the dueling styles like have a
You want to go to the guild with me and learn some cool shit?
Yeah.
Because I'm like
Down with that.
Because I'm like, oh, these sound. There's one of these that sound pretty cool. I want to do that. That sounds cool. I mean, I'm having fun without it, but it might be nice.
it's fun. It just adds an extra flavor.
Yeah.
So did I actually have to spend any experience to get that succeed?
Yes.
Much.
Wait, so 2 background. You did it without guidance, so it's still full. You paid the cost otherwise. And
I mean, I don't know the actual Spanish. It's all the songs I know are Latin American.
Yeah, that works for you. I mean, I
I
can
can't do
see.
a Spanish accent.
No, I can totally see it working for this game because it's the old theme which is common, and so you know there might be.
Good for you or Jared. You figure it out.
Yeah, he's working. I know what's happening.
I will let Jared have it
Oh.
because it was very tasty, but he was not here to take part.
And he also dropped that gross comment on Valerie's post about being the husband of the cutest friend of hers.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Facebook was like, here, you should see this, and I was like, I don't understand why I'm looking at Valerie's post. They did that stupid thing where it puts the person's post under the commenter's name.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, I was like, why did Jaren post this? What?
Yes.
I thought Val?
Facebook likes to be like, hey, be part of this.
And then I have nothing to lean or grow.
This is why you need that training montage.
This is also why I need that experience that I've been saving.
Before you learn those like fancy styles, you need to learn the basics.
Plus, I bought it when we first. It's a
Advantage?
yeah. It's an,
Okay.
well, so it's a background.
Oh, it's a 5-point advantage.
It's a background for because Castilians kind of automatically are
One of your Castilian.
yeah. So like yeah. So I have it as a background, and then you get the advantage is the academy that you belong to.
Oh, you're Alpinista.
That one's a Castilian. That one's a Castilian.
Oh,
And then
those
I
are
bought-
Castilian.
Because I'm Castilian, I got Alchemista, but Castilians also have a special duelist school, so I bought the duelist background when we were building the characters. Because she's Amiga Montoya.
Yeah, that's cool.
And so then the advantage that I took was the Aldana Duelist Academy. So that's my specific style of fighting.
That's right. Okay. All the styles have a special name, and then they have like flavors. If you encounter a style, like there's sort of the drawback, right? Like the Aldana one, like focuses on rhythm. So like when you're going against an Aldana swordsman,
It's hard to predict well for
Yeah.
because
the idea is
you
like
can't hear the song that they're fighting.
Yeah.
disrupt their rhythm, right? Like if you manage to figure out the beat, then you can try to disrupt the flow.
Yeah, I guess we'll do a
It's
little
certainly-
shaping.
Vampire next week.
The 13th, 14th, right?
Yes. 14.
Yes. 14, yeah, 14.
All right. Vampires on the 14th. Hoorah.
Vampire.
All right. Say goodnight, Internet.
Bye.